This is speech 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 audience members. And I have 14 note cards. Hello and welcome to my speech. It is on why you should become an organ donor. It can be hard to think about what is going to happen to your body after you die, let alone donating your organs and tissues. But being an organ donor is a generous and worthwhile decision that can be a lifesaver. More than 122,000 people in the United States are currently on the waiting list for a life-saving organ transplant. Another name is added to the national transplant list every 12 minutes. Organ donation is the process of giving an organ or part of an organ for the purpose of transplantation into another person. In order for a person to become an organ donor, blood and oxygen must flow through the organs until the time of recovery to ensure viability. This requires that a person die under circumstances that have resulted in an irreparable neurological injury, usually from massive trauma to the brain, such as an aneurysm, stroke, or an automobile accident. Only after all the efforts to save the patient's life have been exhausted, tests are performed to confirm the absence of brain or brainstem activity, and brain death has been declared, is donation a possibility. The State Donor Registry is searched to determine if the patient has personally consented to donation. If the potential donor is not found on the registry, his or her legally authorized representation, usually a spouse, relative, or close friend, is offered the opportunity to authorize the donation. Once the donation decision has been made, the family is asked to provide a medical and social history. Donation professionals determine which organs can be transplanted and to which patients on the national transplant waiting list the organs are to be given to. We need to know that organ transplantation is one of the most remarkable success stories in the history of medicine. The need for organs and tissues is vastly greater than the number available for transplantation. Transplantation gives hope to thousands of people with organ failure and provides many others with active and renewed lives. If you are unsure about donating organs for transplant, don't let all of the misinformation out there keep you from saving lives. Look up the facts and the myths and do some research before deciding. One of the biggest myths about becoming an organ donor is that doctors won't work as hard to save your life in an emergency situation. This myth is completely false. When you go to a hospital, doctors focus on saving your life, not somebody else's. The first priority of any medical professional is to save lives. Organ and tissue donation isn't even considered or discussed until after death is declared. By deciding to become a donor, you give the gift of hope. Hope for the thousands of individuals awaiting organ transplants, and hope for the millions of individuals whose lives could be enhanced through tissue transplants. The most important thing to do is to sign up as an organ donor in your state's donor registry. To make sure all of your bases are covered, also inform family and close friends of your wishes. Also, including donation in your advance directives, will, and living will, and make sure your physicians follow your donation wishes. So why should you become an organ donor? Because you may save up to 8 lives through organ donation, and you can enhance many others through donation. Last year alone, organ donors made more than 28,000 transplants possible. Unfortunately, thousands die every year waiting for a donor organ that never comes. You have the power to change that. So what will be your choice? Thank you. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 people. Goodbye.